I just want to demonstrate to you this pump, which is available on our website, and how it can easily pump quite difficult fluids. So let me go through the components of the pump first. We have the pump body with the lever action pump. We have the outlet adapter, which simply clicks into the top of the body of the pump. And you'll notice that the outlet nozzle of the adapter is of a small enough diameter to fit small necked bottles. So if you look at this bottle here, which is quite a standard bottle, 28mm thread, it will neatly go in there. And the same applies to slightly smaller bottles. Now, also, part of this pump is the stem, which comes in two parts, but you just gently push it into the bottom of the pump, give it a twist so it grips, and the pump is ready for use. Now the stem, as I said, comes in two parts, an inner tube and an outer tube. Now the reason we have the two tubes is so that the depth of the pipes can fit into various size containers. Now this fully extended would fit into a 200 litre or 205 litre barrel, but you won't always want to be pumping from that size container. So what we would do, what we need to do, is cut the tubing to suit the length, the depth of the container. Now in this case I want to demonstrate pumping from a 20 litre container, which has obviously got a smaller depth than a barrel. So we just take the pipe work out again, put the pump down there. We take the inner tube out of the outer tube and leave the inner tube, put that to one side. And we need to cut the larger diameter tube, which is the outer tube, to the depth of the container that we want to pump from. Now in this case, as I've said just now, we're pumping from a 20 litre container. So we need to cut this tubing accordingly. Now we cut the tubing from the non-flared end. One end is slightly flared so that it will fit, as I've said just now, into the pump, frictionally fit in there. So we don't want to cut from that end. We'll cut the length from the opposite end. So in this case, as I've said, I'm pumping from a 20 litre container, so I've already got one here that I've cut to the right length. Same tubing, but I've cut to the right length. So we're going to use this. Okay. So we fit this into the pump, the base of the pump. Just push it in, give it a turn so you can feel it gripping. And then we're ready to use it. Now, I'm going to be pumping glycerine. This product is vegetable glycerine. Now the reason that I'm pumping from this pump, from this container and this product, is that glycerine has a density of 1.26 kilograms per litre. So in other words, every litre of this product weighs 1.26 kilograms. Very dense product. Most products, most liquids that require to be pumped will have a lower density than this. So if this pump can handle this type of fluid, it'll pump most fluids that need to be pumped. So we have our pump ready to use. Take the lid off the container, and we also supply the pump with an adapter so that the thread of the container matches the thread of the pump. You screw the adapter into the container and then screw the pump into the adapter. Just give it a few turns, just wait for it to grip. Don't have to over tighten. Okay, so we're ready to pump. Now, because this product is so dense, sometimes the pump will need priming. It's just too dense to pull it up from the container through the pump and out through the outlet nozzle. But I'm showing you this pump in summer here, so the fluid is going to be of a lighter viscosity than it obviously would be in winter. So we'll just see if it pumps. If it doesn't pump, we need to prime the pump, and I'll show you how to do that. But let's just see if it pumps first. There's not much resistance there, I can feel it. So it's obviously a little bit too dense to pull it, even though it's summer, as I've said before. Okay, not a problem. We'll prime the pump. Now, how to prime the pump? Just take the outlet nozzle off, put it to one side, and get some of the same fluid. And just pour it into the outlet side of the pump. You don't have to pour much in. Just a little bit, just to wet the inside of the pump. That'll probably be enough. Put the outlet nozzle back on, like so, and we should be ready to pump. Let's try it again. Now straight away I can feel resistance, so it's pumping, and here we go. Now you will notice that this pump is much easier to use than most other pumps because we are not pulling the lever upwards. We're pulling it outwards and then down again. So it's much easier to pump fluids with this type of pump than the ordinary pumps that have a lever which you have to pull upwards. You pull this lever sideways and then push it down. So it's much easier to pump. And you will notice that by very few strokes of the lever, I've filled a 2 litre container here. So you don't have to actuate the lever many times at all. Let's try a 1 litre bottle. 28mm thread, as I've said before, small opening. Fits easily into the outlet nozzle. And this will probably take a couple of lever pulls to fill the bottle. With very little effort. There we go. Couple of pulls. So if we were to fill a 500 milliliter bottle, maybe 1 and a bit pulls, not a great deal at all. So there we have it, a British made pump, available on our website, easy to operate. It comes supplied with the adapter and will pump very dense fluids.